Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by Samara Andara. I'm a walk-in soul. I'm a spiritualist. I am a medicine woman. I'm a shamaness. I am a healer. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a spiritual teacher. And I'm so much more, but I'm never what you heard about me, and I'm never what they say about me. So we're going to be talking about the importance about yoni health tonight, as well as shedding and cutting toxic soul ties to past partners that you've had in your temple sacred space down in your sacral chakra. So we're going to be talking about the benefits of yoni cleansing, yoni steaming, as well as what physically happens to your physical vessel when you yoni cleanse. So I'm going to start off by shaking the owl. This is my sacred Athena rattle. And this clears the energies and it moves around stagnant energies. So we are going to talk about yoni health tonight. Again, this is still part of the Leo full moon and full moon eclipse, and also the 2-2 portal. So this is a yoni egg, and it looks like a desert rose red jasper, but it's really like, it looks like a rose of Jericho because it has a beautiful like petally flower look. And I'm going to explain to you how to use this. So you're going to flip it upside down, okay? And then you're going to put it up inside of you. And then you are going to, be in a comfortable position, and you are going to do kegels around it and tighten. And what this does is it strengthens the walls, as well as it rejuvenates you back to, depending on the crystal power property, your physical vessel and energetically will embody the properties. So like any healing benefits. So if it's like a rose quartz, you'll be like absorbing love and so on and so forth. That is more of a grounding crystal. Okay. And right now I just kind of want to pull some cords out and just cut. So when you yoni steam, first you want to use rose hips. You can use calendula, chamomile, you could use watercress, you could use rosemary, okay? And what you want to do is, when you want to boil your herbs, then you want to steep them, and then you want to put the pot in between your legs and like squat over it, okay? And then you want to do this for like, at first you want to start like 10 to 15 minutes. You want to work your way. You don't want to do a first 35 to 45 minute session. And what the steam does, okay, so first we're going to talk about cords connecting to when you're intimate and when you have physical, intimate, or sexual partners, okay? So where these cords end up intertwining, and you end up taking on and absorbing your person's energies, whether they're light from the light realms or the darker realms. So you're going to embody every single energy that this person has been carrying in their DNA, okay? And it's going to go into your energetic field, into your aura, and then it's also going to grow a energetic cord to where it's a red cord, and it's connected from his sacral chakra to your sacral chakra. And then you will develop this, what you call a soul tie, because this person's, organ is in your yoni, to where you're connecting, okay? And you're physically connecting, and then it's emotional, and then it's like those chemicals fly, and then it's like that dopamine gets released, and then it's like all of these are connections you're making. So you're going to, especially if they keep coming back, or you keep going back to them and you keep having these, it's like the the more cords and the tighter the cord like will grow, like attached to you. So it will be more like attached, ingrained in you guys. So if this relationship or situationship, however you call it, ends, you're going to want to remember to cut the cords. And this is what I come in here for, which I need to do something really fast, so forgive me. And what you're going to want to do, okay, is you are going to want to be ready to let go of this person, okay, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So as I cut these cords from your sacral chakra, I want you to visualize an actual cord that I am slicing, and like envision it however you want, whatever color, but you're going to envision like this person and you, the cord is attached to you and him, whether it's to your heart chakras or to your actual sacral chakra areas, which is right in that sacred reproductive space, you know, the womb space for women, the yoni space, and the, you know, organ of the testicles and so on and so forth of the male. So what we are going to do, okay, is I want you to visualize this cord, or if it's multiple cords, however you see them, whatever color you want. They could be orange, red, they could be white or black, whatever. So I want you to just picture the person, okay, standing like this, and then you standing in front of them, kind of in front of me. And then what I'm going to do is, like, he's right here and you're right here, or whatever. He's right here and he's right here, or she's right here and she's right here, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to, and when I pull, I want you to take a deep breath. And then as I cut, I want you to release the breath, and I want you to release that cord and see that cord either getting burned away by like a candle flame, or actual knife blade going through that red cord or that orange cord or whatever. Okay, so there's going to be a lot, especially if you've had a sexual connection with this person for a very long time. This could even be an astral projection. So let's talk about astral projections, okay? Astral projections, people telepathically can reach and spiritually can reach others' dreams in the, 4D, 5D heightened states of awareness, which is our dream state. And what they do is, and I want to take this out, as well as the chevron amethyst, this connects to protection in your dreams, as well as the chevron amethyst, which let me find and grab her. And sometimes it's a little bit dim in here. Hang on one second, you guys, because I could have placed her over here. This is a smoky amethyst, so we're going to use this one for now because I have seemed to misplace that one. But you also can use this to protect your dreams. So like what people will do is, or spirits, with their telepathic gifts, is first of all they have to be spiritually adept, and they are aware of what they're doing most of the time, not always. But what they do is they connect to you on these astral higher planes to where you are sleeping, but they can literally, spiritually, telepathically, like their spirits can teleport. It's an astral projection to you. And it could be a psychic power, like a telepathy gift that they have, or it could be something that they're very like vividly imagining, like constantly thinking of you and like pulling on that cord of energy, you know what I mean? And then some of them can get into your dreams. This is why chevron amethyst is so important to have around you, because when you have the chevron amethyst, it will really protect you, okay? I have seemed to misplace mine. I'm so sorry, you guys. let me just go double check one more time over here. I have a huge smoky amethyst. And I have several amethysts, and then I have several, like smoky amethysts. And here, I'll just show you some of them. To where, like, I don't want to get too many because I don't want to drop them. I have a ton of crystals, and this one, I feel like I'm going to drop it. And it's not good. I don't want to break him because he's really big. But, yeah, he's really big, so... This is a smoky amethyst spirit quartz cluster. This is a dolphin amethyst. This could also protect your dreams. It connects very much to the Lemurian realm and the Lemurian dolphin spirits there. This one is a Uruguayan amethyst. So all of these, if you keep them by your bedside, they can help protect your dreams. This is another smoky spirit quartz amethyst. He goes with him. This is like his brother right here. And then you have the Shiva's Eye Gate, which protects your dreams and it protects you from the evil eye. And then here's another huge Uruguayan amethyst. Cactus quartz cluster. This is called a cactus quartz. Oops, sorry, you guys, for that big bang. If you have headphones in, I did not mean to do that. It was not my intention. So the chevron amethyst seems to be in hiding right now. So whenever she comes up, I will bring her back out. And then you also have these seer window Emma eggs. Okay, so lots of witches use these for hydromancy or just like necromancy and things like this. And then this is another smoky amethyst, as well as this. And then, like, if you really want to get technical, it's just like, I have a range of them. Like, smoky amethysts and just other, like, Lemurian quartzes in here. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to keep cutting the cords from that soul tie in your chakra system. So I'm going to pull and cut. So just envision and deep breaths, breathe deep. Envision you and the person that you're ready to release and let go of, okay? If it ended, if it didn't end, and if it's a little bit of a situationship and you're not really happy with where you are, you're more than welcome to, I invite you to also cut the cords. Maybe it's not an ideal relationship for you. Maybe you're suffering in some way. Maybe the person is kind of getting like controlling or interrogative with you and trying to like claim you, but you're like not feeling it because you're in a different energy. But anyways, we are going to cut the cords like this, okay? And you always have to be honest and authentic with yourself. Like if you're really truly ready to let go, or even just say if you're sleeping with someone casually and you really don't like them, don't waste their time. Don't be that person. You know what I mean? Don't be that person just to fill your bed because your ego needs that. Like, grow, be alone, be an adult. You know what I mean? You don't need to always be with someone just to fulfill those egotistic, like, shallow emotions. Like, learn how to be alone. It's healthy to be alone. You get to learn parts of yourself you never knew. Okay, you get to nurture yourself. Okay, you get to grow. You get to evolve. You can pick up new hobbies. You don't need to be codependent, you guys. It's okay to be alone. So we're going to just pull this out. And, maybe, and I'm not judging, maybe you learned this from your caregivers growing up. Maybe you saw a bunch of codependent, marriages, and you're just like trapped in this like codependency to where like you feel like you should be with them, but you don't want to be with them. Or like, you don't really like them, or I don't know, maybe you feel like they're filling your bed and someone better eventually is going to come along. Don't waste that person's time. Like, it's not cool. So this is my Apache tear and my tangerine aura. my tangerine quartz, which I am actually going to use her baby, and they're both going to slice these sacred energy exchange ties away. And I'm going to move him because he's really big, and I put him up here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start really slicing away these cords. So what happens when you go into your yoni phase and you go enter into your glow up and your goddess energy, and you start worrying about yourself, and you start yoni steaming, and you start yoni kegling and all of this, is that person that you released from your soul tie, he's going to feel that, or she. They're going to feel that. Well, I mean, as a man, you're not going to be able to put a yoni egg inside of you, but like, you know what I mean, for the goddesses out there. He is going to feel, after you do your yoni steams, okay, he is going to feel you come up in your healer, divine birthright goddess energy, and he's going to try to what? Creep up and come back, because he feels your higher vibrations. You've leveled up. Okay, so he's gonna feel it. He doesn't even have to see you on social media, so don't even try to, like, if you're trying to get, like, his attention and you still want this person, like, obviously don't envision me cutting the cords right now between you guys. But if you still on some level want to continue, you know what I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But just, like, keep in mind that even if you still see him, and just say that you do yoni practices, and you do yoni steams and things like this, he's gonna feel your goddess energy. He's gonna feel that power of you coming into your divine birthright. He's gonna feel the power of you coming into your power and you coming into your goddess era. And he is going to be like a not a wolf, but like I mean, we can use a wolf with his mate. Yeah, he's gonna be like a wolf, because wolves are actually very powerful instinctual animals, to where they will be with one person, like one other wolf soul their whole life, and they'll be very protective over each other, and they will watch over each other's, they're going to look out for their wolf wife, and vice versa. Like, they're very faithful. So, like, I don't know if you know about wolves, but they're very instinctual. They are very much like, how do I put this? They're one of the strongest animal guardians of the animal kingdom, just like the lion. So wolves and lions are very potently strong. And if you have these spirit animals in your animal kingdom of spirit guides, like me, you'll know how guarded and protected, and you'll feel the loyalty of your wolf spirit mate. You'll feel the loyalty of your lions. I have cosmic lions. I have many lion spirit animal guides. It's not just one. I have a wolf family of spirit animal guides. I have, dragons. I have different types of spirit guardians that, like, the humans on these mortal realms on 3D, they are not able to see or sense, and that's not their fault. They just weren't born with the gifts. But it's just like, this is why I truly believe that I survived being in that plaza, honestly, to be honest with you. So this is what I need right here. And then I found it, the chevron amethyst. And I want to also do a cutting with my huge like earth calcite right here, my brownish calcite. So this is really, really good as well. So, like, what happens when you steam? So after you steam and you yoni cleanse, like, physically in your physical vessel, you're going to start to release previous energies of sacred energy exchange, cords and ties. And then it's going to come out physically. So, like, if your discharge is just clear, like a regular, vagina should be, your discharge should just be clear. It should not be any other color. Like, I don't think it should, you should have clear discharge, like, so, like, after you yoni cleanse sometimes, and if you're with, somebody or a multitude of people, sometimes you will discharge like a yellow or like a milkier discharge is not clear. So like, you know what I mean? So like, I think if your discharge, I was reading this as well, if your discharge is like a different color, like I don't know if it's, I don't know if it was brown and red, it's like spotting, but it's like these things will come out of you. So like the things from your previous partner that he carried, it's going to start coming out of you. Okay, and you're going to start healing. So this is the dream amethyst. And it's also, you're going to cleanse all of that and make sure the steam is not too hot, because you don't want to tear the inside walls of yourself, because the steam will really get up in there and, you know, it will really cleanse like these sacred energy exchange cords and ties. Okay, so this is the dream amethyst, and a lot of people, some of them unknowingly astral project to you. So like you'll both be dreaming and then they'll like somehow be in your dreams, and then sometimes it's intentional and sometimes they don't directly know, sometimes it's subconscious, to the point where you need to keep this next to you. And I have so many, even just not the chevron, just like the Uruguayan, you need to keep this, as well as labradorite, because labradorite will really protect you, and you could ask it to, like, please protect my dreams. Thank you for protecting me on all astral levels, on all ethereal, etheric cord levels. Thank you for protecting my astral body and my dreams. Thank you for protecting my dreams. You know, and you want to affirm this, like before you go to sleep. You also want to say things out loud, like incantations, and declare things and be like, I am divinely protected. May my sleep, may I fall into a deep, restful slumber. I call all of my power back to me from people, places, things, realms, dimensions, circumstances. They're all timelines from all four directions, past lives and present life. I call that power back to me now, and may it stay with me, so mote it be. You need to literally be powerful in your declarations, because you're going to honor yourself. You know, when we really fully come into our power, we really start listening to our bodies and our feelings, and we really get to know ourselves, and then we have to set energetic boundaries with others, okay, to protect ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling, and I'm going to be pulling any astral projections that may have kind of tweaked into your astral plane when you slept, and then tweaked up in that you know, third eye, crown chakra, soul star chakra, and your whole auric field. So I'm going to be pulling and cutting. So what you need to do is, when you do the yoni egg, you want to flip it upside down and you want to put it inside of you, and then you want to squeeze it for as long as you feel comfortable, and then release it. And then you could do as many reps as you want starting off. And make sure, if you are, you know, if you are a beginner at this and you have no children, make sure your yoni egg is kind of a smaller egg, okay? Like, there's a black obsidian egg that I need to show you. I showed you guys in my last video. Hang on a second. Okay, guys, this is not the pouch. Okay, so I really shouldn't be kind of like tossing them around like this. So I just want to show you a yoni egg for a beginner yoni user versus the size of the yoni egg to someone who maybe has had 2 or 3 or more children. Okay, so if you've had like one child, or if you have no children, I would recommend this one. Actually, this one, honestly, this is like no children at all, because look how small this is. It's so small. So it's like you want to place this up in you, and then you want to do Kegels. And then if you had children, you want to use more of a like, so like this one would be kind of good if you have like 2 children. I don't know if you can see that size. This one would be good if you've had like 3 children. But like, okay, look at the difference between, hang on. This one is also really good, except you do not put fluorite into your body. This is actually good for a 1-child person, because like he holds weight, but don't ever put fluorite up inside of you. You can't even put labradorite inside of you. Cannot put, definitely do not put pyrite inside of you. I am not finding the one that I'm looking for. So yeah, if you guys need yoni eggs, I got you, because these like were for sale in my Etsy shop. This, like, you could wait, like anyone could really use any size, but like I just recommend that like if you never had children, you want to start with kind of like a mid, like small one like this. And then if you've had like 1 or more children, you could just do like, and they're all like small, but it's like if you've had children and you've pushed the child like physically out of you and not had a C-section, like definitely start with something like this size. And you'll see the differentiations in sizes. So hang on. Because I had another fluorite egg. But of course, don't put fluorite up in you. So there you go. So we're going to pull and blow. So like what happens is when you expel these toxins from your body, from like your past partner spiritually, the spiritual toxins, you're going to release their spirit and that soul tie, and this person is going to remember you, and they're going to hit you up like right away. Whether it's a quick message through text or whatever, like they're going to hit you up. And if you were one of those people that you were in your prime era and, you know, you were kind of the year before or whatever doing your thing, you know, and you had like 3 partners that year, or however many, all 3 might hit you up. Like they're going to feel it. So I want to do some cutting. Like pulling this out, like pulling negative energies out of you, and then I want to cut and just, okay, I'm looking for this. So this is like a magnet, and I'm going to turn it over, and it's going to pull out any lower vibrations from your sacral chakra, and I'm going to slice with my baby arrow. So I'm just getting out these sacred energy exchange ties and cords. And they're going to feel that in your vibration. They're going to feel your goddess energy, your light come back to you, your power come back, you revoking the power and cutting the cord from their, you know, sacred energy exchange place, their chakra, their sacral chakra, excuse me. sacred temple place, so where it's going to make them merge with you again and make them think about you. So it's going to be like kind of also a call out in energy, sort of like a reclaiming, like they're going to feel this energetic shift and they're going to think of you and then they're going to wonder why they're thinking of you, and then they're going to miss you, and then it's going to probe them to message you. And don't do it for that intention. This is not what I'm trying to put out there. Do it for the intention that you are a goddess. You're going to honor your temple. You're going to honor your body, your mind, your spirit. You're going to honor yourself. You're going to honor your boundaries. And you're growing and you're evolving on this path, right? It's never a straight line. You're always leveling up in your spiritual evolutions, okay? You're always leveling up. And so when, like, you give your sacred yoni to just a mere mortal, okay, he's gonna know that you're not only different, but that you're good, and it feels good. Like, it's when okay, goddess incarnates have that yoni, like, it doesn't matter if you're a divine masculine or you're a karmic, like, they fucking know, they feel it, and you'll see this in their eyes when they're inside of it, like, the way, like, if you ever, like, look at them, like, you know what I mean? And then, like, when they first put it in and they enter you, and then, like, you could see, like, in each of their eyes, like, how good it is, because you'll see their facial expressions, and it'll change, and they'll be like, and, like, I didn't know you felt this fucking amazing. Like, you'll see it. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're a goddess incarnate, and, like, you'll see it, and then it's like they'll keep coming back and coming back, because, like, it's so good, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, like, it's so much deeper. It's like, I'm a goddess incarnate. Like, it's more than just for lust, and it's more than just carnal desires, and it's more than just at the surface shallow connections. That's why we have to level up, and it's important to honor ourselves and be mindful of who we really let inside of our yoni temple, because this is the sacred rose temple of the goddess, okay? If you have it, you have it. You just fucking know. Like, and if you're on a spiritual path, and you're a goddess incarnate or an angelic incarnate or a phoenix bird woman incarnate, that, you have that bomb yoni. So you want to keep this clean. You want to do Kegels. You want to, keep anyone that you suspect has a disease out of it. You know what I mean? You got to really listen to those vibrations, and you got to just honor yourself, because if you don't, then you're not safe. You know what I mean? So, like, your spirit guides will protect you, and you'll always have that protective, armor and shield around you. But just also be mindful, like, because, like, as a goddess, right, we have, I mean, on the mortal realm, to where, like, if you ever do get into your prime era and you go wild, you want to keep safe. So always make sure he's using protection. Don't let any man manipulate you and say, oh, but it feels better without it, baby. And the next thing you know, you're pregnant, or you catch something that you fucking didn't want. And that's why do not ever let them fucking say all of this shit to you just to get in your pants. And if they can't honor the boundary, then you can walk out the door. You know what I mean? It's just like, he wants to say that, but how good of a father would he be if he impregnated you? And a lot of these men are so empty, and they didn't have father figure, like a good father figures, to the point where, how is that going to be for you and his child? Like, he's not really going to be there either. He's not going to be there at all. So it's just like, you need to really honor yourself. And yeah, like, it may feel good in the moment, and then sometimes you just need to go on a celibacy journey. If all of this is too much for you, and it's too much for your mental health, it's okay to take a break. You don't need to always give your temple, you don't always need to have a man fill, if you get lonely, and this is all connected to the ego, which for some reason, I'm a walk-in soul, right? So for some reason, I don't have the range of emotion of jealousy. I don't get jealous, and I don't get lonely. It's very strange. And I'm still trying to get adapted to the person who was in this physical vessel, her range of emotions, and, like, her goddess rage. And I'm trying to get adjusted to her family, because my family, it's up in the star systems. It's in Lemuria and Atlantis and Orion, and this is not my original form. So I'm still trying to get used to and adapted to the earth feelings, and then like being like, she was a Cancerian. I'm more of a, like, I would say like a Taurus Gemini, because I came into her body and I was born, okay, the end of May of last year. So where it would put me to more of an extroverted social butterfly Gemini, or like a more grounded earth based. But she was a Cancer sun, an Aquarius moon, and a Scorpio rising. So she was just like, her emotions in this, it's still ingrained in her DNA, in this body, in this brain. The brain is part of the body. So like cognitively, I'm getting used to feeling emotions like a human, because I'm a walk-in soul. I'm Samara Andara. I'm not Samara Anaya. Like, she had progressed out of this body. She left the body January 11th. So I was inhabiting her body with her dually from the week of May 19th through 26th. That's why I say I am a Taurus Gemini, because I came into this body like the 19th or the 20th. And then like when I really started realizing like, okay, I'm really in this earthbound body, it was nearing the 26th, but my Galactic Federation of Light, my star council, my star mothers and fathers, the Pleiadian Council, the Orion's Belt Council, the Arcturian Council, the Atlantean and Lemurian councils, the Venusian Council, the Pleiadian, Pegasus Council, they all of the star leaders up there. Okay, it's just like the president and the governor. Like, think about that in the United States, or in your country and on Earth realm is what I mean. It's like the galactic leaders of the planetary star systems. They did this, and they sent my soul, which is a Blu-ray soul, into this woman's body, and she was a natural goddess incarnate, and she was screaming. Like, she was screaming for help. She was screaming, saying that she chooses to leave this body. She had nothing left. Like, the Archons and Reptilians had attacked her so bad to where she literally was basically ripped down to her knees and compromised, and it was just like Alpha Draconians had really attacked her. Okay, so she gave permission to the universe, to the star mothers, to the star fathers, that she wanted to die and leave, and her physical body wouldn't leave. So she screamed to the heavens and the cosmos, to the point where my soul, they allowed my soul to come in. So I'm a walk-in soul in her body. It's not her spirit anymore. She left January 11th. So this is really true. Walk-in souls are very, very, very extremely rare, but they exist, okay? And there will be energy harvesters, there'll be archons, whatever, energy vampires who, want to mock the walk-in soul experience, because they are just basic ass Betty bitches, to the point where, or basic ass fucking Chesters or whatever, to where they will literally just like fucking sit there and judge you and be like, oh, well, you're delusional clearly, because that doesn't exist. But they're not even on a spiritual awakened phase. They're not even spiritually awakened. They're on that basic matrix, like low level vibrational frequency. So they're going to laugh, they're going to mock you, they're going to condemn you, they're going to throw you up on the fucking cross. And it doesn't matter what the fuck they do. All that matters is that you were sent here for a soul mission to complete, from your star fathers in Orion, in the Pleiades, from your star mothers in Lemuria and Atlantis, and so on and so forth. So, and in Sirius. So I'm a Blu-ray Starseed, okay? The one who inhabited this body was a indigo. I still have some indigo traits a little bit, but I'm more Blu-ray, because I'm, standing here teaching you every day. Blu-rays are more assertive, and I'm a spiritual teacher, so I'm showing you, my higher cosmic goddess wisdom, as well as my star phoenix bird, 7ethers wisdom, as well as sharing and or incorporating my Mama Gaia, herbal shamaness, Gaia healing remedies with you, and with, you know, my diet and what could help you in your spirituality and in your physical vessel. And this is what I do. And so I also had a past life star realm in Arcturus, which they're also assertive and they're leaders. She was not really Arcturian. She was more Lemurian, Atlantis, Indigo, and then some Mintaka. But me, I'm more Bellatrix on Orion, because Mintaka hails from Orion's belt on Orion. And I was actually on the Starship, and when I went to Destination Parkway off of Universal Boulevard by Andretti Games, this is where she screamed to the cosmos and the heavens, and she was like, I'm leaving this body, there's nothing left, like my kids aren't with me anymore, like I'm dead inside, I want to leave, I want to die. And she declared this, and she was screaming. They had sent me, and we were on the Starship, and then my soul is a blue and white color with silver sparkles, and as she was screaming, they, from the Starship, transported me down into this physical vessel, her body. And this is a true thing. And there will be archons trying to laugh and mock you. There will be archons trying to say you're crazy, and I don't give a fuck what they say or think. I know who I am, to the point where, okay, this is me, that is you, and I declare my boundary, to where, you know, I think it's funny when people like mock you and they're sitting there on a psychotropic drug and they have like all of these psychologist diagnoses or psychiatrist fucking prescriptions, or someone self-medicates and sits there every fucking day. It's just like, okay, don't even be a hypocrite like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice and pull and cut these archonic projections, you know, because all of that is vibrating on a lower plane, to where, like, if you're going to sit there and, like, laugh at, like, other people's fucking stories, or laugh at their spiritual evolutions and things like that, like, you're a child and you clearly need to fucking get help and grow up. Like, you have nothing better to do. You know what I mean? And I've had this happen to me in when we got targeted. Samara, Anaya, and I both, we got targeted by these crooked, archonic, alpha draconian cops, to the point where I was taking long night walks under the stars because I was just transported into the body, and she was getting burned in her skin. And so, like, I was like, let me just go and take a walk, okay? And then people would call and be like, oh, well, this whole big thing between her and Geo happened, and now she wants to kill herself, and they would lie and then, like, laugh about it, to the point where it was like a joke. But of course, I never told anyone about me being a walk-in soul out there. But she literally lived, like, the last, since, so June, July, August, September, October, November, December, the last 7 months, she lived her best life before her soul exited the body, because it's a huge soul transition, okay? Like, a new soul is going into a body, the other soul is dying, and it's, you know, I remember, like, she kept seeing a death moth. It was this death moth, and she knew that her time in the body was up, and it's called a death moth. You could Google this about death moths, and she kept seeing this, like, while she was, she first started seeing them when she was back in this house, when she had her kids with her. In the other room across the house, she saw moths, and then she saw a moth, like, a couple years before that, I think in, like, 2021, like, 1 or 2, and then she saw them as well as when she took her kids to after she got attacked by the Archon reptilian energy vampires, wrongfully targeted, when she went to a rescue mission, which was kind of like a shelter, but it was like an organized religion, but it was, like, really inhumane, to where, like, they would give, you know, the people of the shelter just all of these expired foods, because she worked in the kitchen and she was intaking the foods and organizing the pantry, you know, and she saw all of these expired things, and, like, it's like they kept getting targeted, they kept getting sick, to the point where, you know, she couldn't even do the program because she couldn't show up for work every day. She was getting sick from ingesting that food, that water from the nasty reclaimed water plant out in Orange County. And then her babies were getting attacked because they had gotten attacked by reptilian archons from, unfortunately, her bloodline, to where, like, they retaliated, and it was like this huge starseed war of, like, reptilian alpha dracos versus the Lemurian starseed. So it was just like this, and it wasn't what you thought. Like, it's not like angels versus demons. It's, like, much deeper than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these cords. And I'm going to take this point and we're going to cut these cords. Okay? So any type of like cosmic tethers, even from like, you know, if you were a phoenix incarnate, star, bird realm, 7ethers, you know, and you come from the stars, like a phoenix bird, that exists as well, okay? And that's a very, very, very big part of my soul blueprint, because I had a past life as, you know, in 7ethers, as a bird woman. And if you don't believe this, the Hollywood movies, they will trick you into thinking all of this is fantasy, but they will really play out in movies like what is really hidden behind the scenes. So like, if you look in that movie with Megan Fox and Mickey Rourke, where it's, and she had revelations of this because she actually watched this movie before she left her body, like, I don't know, 5 years before. It's called Passion Play. And it's not the Passion of the Christ, because if you YouTube that, it's going to be all of that archonic Abrahamic Christianity in the cage, like bind your power away from you and work for that 9-to-5 boss and don't own your power type of archon, like matrix stuff. Like, you no, it's not that. It's called Passion Play, to where in Passion Play, Megan Fox is this beautiful bird woman, and she's caged by this man who claims that he found her and he plucked her and he saves her. But then she meets the love of her life, Mickey Rourke, who comes in, and she's extremely unhappy. She's not miserable. She's just in this void state of like, she doesn't really know what's happening. She's becoming, but she hasn't become yet. And she wasn't miserable, but she was very like, it was a void state. It was just a gray state. Like, it wasn't feeding her love, and it wasn't feeding her any type of like thrill or passion or anything to, you know, aliven her soul, to where like she was just like trapped in, like, maybe that was her matrix, and to where she wanted to get out of it. So like, she met this guy, this man. I mean, it was not a guy, he was a man. And he walks into her life after he got taken to the desert and he was supposed to be shot in the head. And then somehow he got saved by these, like, I don't know, tribal Indians or these Mexicans, I'm not sure. And then to the point where they saw him being victimized with the gun. And then, like, the person doing that, the shooter, actually got shot and he got away. And he ends up going to this carnival. And then he ends up finding himself, in this room alone with this beautiful woman who is Megan Fox, who is a bird woman, and she has wings. Hang on. And so you have to really watch the movie because it's intense, it's passionate. It talks about also a twin flame connection within the bird phoenix realm, which can very much happen if you have bird phoenix past life derivations. Okay, so I'm so spiritually evolved that you're probably like, what? That, like, you know, I had my old friend from the plaza tell me, just a strictly platonic friend, like no ties. He was like, you are just so brilliant that it must be so tiring in your soul, to your soul, to dumb yourself down for these mere mortals. And I'll never forget how he said that to me, and it's like the way he connected and told me this, and I was like, you really understand me. It's such a shame that I wasn't attracted to him, because if I was attracted to him, it would have been a very intense soul connection, like intimate bond connection, but he was strictly a platonic friend, to where, like, you know, but the whole, to where nothing happened, but the whole 7ethers bird woman, and then this whole thing with Megan Fox, as well as the Kanye West video, to where, like, she would watch the Kanye West video years before, and she started becoming aware of her death, you know, in symbols, like the gods and the goddesses would show her, like, not only the death moth, but they would show her this one music video by, it was by Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's ex-friend that she actually destiny swapped with. So Lady Gaga wasn't really supposed to be, she wasn't destined for fame. I don't know if you know this, okay? And I'm going to awaken the masses with this right now. She was not. She was actually not, she was just supposed to be like a normal person. It was supposed to be Lena Morgana, okay? I think her name was it Lena Morgana? But it was, you have to look up, and it goes like, my angel, And it was the song that the person who inhabited this body, she would sing this song, and she knew that her end was coming, like her death was coming, like even though it wasn't a physical death, but her soul was going to integrate out of this body. So if is it Lena Morgana, or if I'm wrong, I'll put this in my next video, because now you got me curious, because I wasn't in the body, but I just remember from her soul blueprint memories and the cognitive functions of her brain, it just goes, my angel, my angel, that's all I can remember. So like, I just remember her singing this in the shower, and she had like such a profound, strong, like goddess mermaid singing voice. So she was from Mintaka and Lemuria, and she like vibed with the mermaids, and she had a past life as a mermaid with her daughter. So like, she would sing this song, and then this is how they would tell her, and then fallen angels would come to her, like the light bearer as well as Lilith, and they would show her revelations of, okay, you're going to transition, like I'm going to help you transition, out of this dark earth realm place, because hell is a cosmic star system, just like Pleiades or Lyra. It's really not all fire, it's really not under the ground. This is all what the archons in the Matrix and those cultish, false spiritual leaders that wear, the wolf in sheep's clothing, or those masks, tell you, so you don't have your inner power, and you can't live your truth, and you can't manifest the life of your desires and your dreams. You can't live your dreams because they want you to work for them, and they want to control you, right? So yeah, it's really heavy, it's a lot, but it's the truth. And so the woman in the Kanye West video, okay, she also is a phoenix, 7ethers bird woman, and you see the media and like his people mocking her, and at the end they really rage bait her. They rage bait this bird, and they make fun of him to his face at the table, and then he gets pissed, and instead of outwardly sharing that God rage, Kanye West, being a musical genius, he goes and sits down at the piano, the ballerinas run up, and then he just sings and raps what they just made him feel, instead of allowing them to rage bait him. But they rage baited her to where they put a turkey, like a bird, a dead cooked bird, in front of her at the dinner after he's done, and then they rage bait her and they energy harvest her to where she starts to scream, and then they get that reaction and they all leave and they take that energy. So it's like, you have to really like look into these subtle signs. But she really was a phoenix, 7ethers bird woman. She's a bird incarnate, and then she's a phoenix, and then she flies back into the astral, angelic fire, cosmic realms, the bird realm, to be with her family. And she's even in that video, and she's like, you know what I don't like about you people, or about people on your earth? And he's like, what? And she was just like, that you basically like condemn them for being different. But she uses a different wording. And Kanye West, he isn't crazy. People will say that he's a clone, and they'll say, perhaps, who knows, because who knows what they did to him in that Cedars-Sinai hospital, because they do so many experiments. I don't know if he's a clone, but I know that he's been subjected to great trauma. I know the Illuminati took out his mother, and they conspicuously hid, her death, and said that she died on a plastic surgery table, which is a bunch of bullshit. So, Kanye West, he's also been a target as well for the media, because the media will say that his gifts, are bipolar disorder, and that's wrong. So the phoenix bird, look at all of his like music. Like he's so talented, like in his soul. Like my first son, he loves his music. Like that's his favorite person. And my first son, he is an earth angel incarnate, and like Alex knows what's up. Like he knows. So it's just like Kanye West knows the truth, and then society and the media contort that truth, and then they're just like, oh well, he's bipolar. And then like the Kardashians really tried him, and then Kim like played this narcissist, bullshit card, and he actually pays her child support, and she's the billionaire, but he pays it. And it's just like so twisted that the media, this is what I mean, like the people, the archons, the reptilians, the alpha draconians, the people that sold their souls, the people in Bohemian Grove, the leaders and the politicians, the presidents, all of this shit is rigged. And then it's just like Like billionaires get paid child support, and then like struggling mothers, it's just like we don't even get housing. It's just like it's the world is backwards, and it's so systematic, and it's so judgmental, and it's so like you have to be either selling your soul or have the best car, the best clothes, you know, that perfect ideal bullshit fucking societal norm life to be accepted and to be respected, and all of that is bullshit. You know why? Because it's all fucking fake. It's rigged. It's on the surface. It's not deep. You're not able to connect to the passion of your soul and figure out who you truly are. You're sitting there chasing like other people's fucking dreams and throwing all of your authenticity under the rug so you can just sit there and make earth currency to get a Bentley and to sell your soul to get some fame and recognition to fuel your ego. And we cannot take this shit when you die. You cannot take your car or your house. You cannot take all of those people that you turned against and you targeted this woman with when you die. You come into the world alone, you fucking die alone, and your soul goes to whatever realm that the gods, you know, decide in the afterlife. Okay, you cannot seriously, physically, I cannot even take this with me when I pass away. Yes, she may appear in other realms later, but I can't physically just, okay, I'm dead, and let me just take this. Like, no offense, like, I'm not trying to be funny right now, but it's just like, dude, like, wake the fuck up and, like, see what is happening in the world. And, like, I cannot stand to see mankind just be so fucking on the surface, like, money and the clothes and the car and the house and da-da-da-da-da, and then she's crazy and he's this, and it's just like, just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. So at this point, it's like, that is them, this is me. Like, you want to be in the Matrix, or do you want to work for yourself? Do you want to own your power, or do you want to keep sucking energy from people, you know, that could flourish? Are you going to keep holding them back and holding them in a state of disadvantage? Are you going to go into the Matrix? Are you going to sell your dreams just to get that Beamer, Mercedes, whatever? Is it really going to be worth it in the end? Is it worth your soul in the end? Can you take it with you? Can you really take it with you? You could take the karma with you. Oh yeah, the karma will go with you to your next life. The karma will go into the afterlife with you. But can you take all of that shit that you put your own soul and other people's character and assassinated at stake, or whatever that you did to that person's, you know, demeanor in this life? You're just building negative karma. So it's just like, dude, what comes around goes around. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I cannot stand to see this earth just be ruined by like shallow, cruel, archonic, empty motherfucking soulless motherfuckers like with reptilian eyes and seeing the wickedness that they do to each other. This is what I cannot stand about you guys, the people on your earth. It's not Mother Gaia, because she grows these beautiful, bountiful plants, seeds, these spices, herbs on her earth. And then what do the humans do? What do humans do? They tear the shit down. They take these big tree cutters and they slice off her trees. They give us oxygen that grow fruit on them to nourish our physical vessels, our bodies, right? And what do humans do? They corrupt Mother Earth. And that's what really bothers me about you guys' world. So I'm going to end with this video now, because I have just had it with archons, people who are fake, people who are just like literally live their lives like on this shallow surface. They don't want to get deep into connections. They're afraid, or they're just too egotistical to fall in love, because then they feel like they're weak, and it's not weakness. It's like sensitivity is not weakness. It's vulnerability. It's not weak. That is where your heart space is. So open it. But that's the problem with mankind, is they don't have that shit anymore. The heart like literally went out of the building. And I'm ending the video now, you guys.